What up, though? Welcome back to the Big Factory 313. I'm your host, Juice, and we got MC back with us today. What's going on, MC?
Hey, no, Sam, how you feeling out there?
I'm feeling good. How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good, sitting back, relaxing, the usual, the fat man.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about the fat.
He had, well, this was just one of many, and which entails sprinkled down to my brother-in-law, which entails sprinkled down to me. Here we go. We used to have this, we ain't had none. This guy named Wine had a apartment building on 14th and Euclid. So we could, again, Ramjet did and all these players did, so we can talk about it all. Okay. And what they had done at this particular time, I wasn't too long back from New York. I stayed in New York for a little while. And all my friends were doing what they was doing. So, anyway, they had three different types of products. It was called, one was mixed jazz. That was a hot item. One was called commercial or P. Another one was called topside or raw. So we was getting topside, breaking it down to two other structures, to mix and commercial.
Okay. What's the difference between the mix and the commercial? Let the people know.
Oh, well, mix guys, well, heroin at that time, were shooters. People that was messing with commercial, were more people that sniffed it and through their nose.
That's right.
You see, so, and for some odd reason, I never understood this, it was a separation. You're both using the same product two different ways, but it's still the same product. It's kind of like nowadays, I guess you could compare it to a person smoking crack and a person sniffing crack. You're still putting it in your body. So what's the difference? How? But it is a difference, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, can't speak personal, never use none of that stuff.
Right.
My drug of choice is marijuana. Have been, is, and probably will be to the day I die.
That's what's up.
And Hennessy.
So now what was going on back then with Eddie Jackson Senior crew?
Oh, Eddie Jackson Senior crew, they had downtown on lock. So, what I mean by downtown on lock, I don't really know too many people at that particular time besides the fact man that if you went and got work, you was really getting his product.
And who was part of his crew that you knew personally back then? That gives you a little leverage to know a little about the fat man. Who you was dealing with back then that was right there with him?
Well, I know Fidel, who I was speaking on the other day, was on North Side, so that gave me somebody I knew directly besides Lenny Tyson. I know Lenny was on the line on the weight tip. You know what I'm saying? That he was part of his intent or technical. He was part of his outlet. I know Ryan there. It was a guy named Pony. It was a guy named Eddie Phillips. Eddie Phillips was part of that Lenny Tyson forces that, how they said people come collect them tickets.
Right.
So that was part of Eddie Phillips and his crew job. Whenever you have a problem with getting that money back to the table, they'll come and want to know why. And speaking on money to the table, I remember when, for whatever reason, they were sending Ramjet, my brother-in-law, to New York to go meet some people. And he had his money and a few other people's money. And I guess they said ain't no honor among thieves. Yes, it is. Because whatever happened on that Canadian bridge to get him pulled over, I wasn't there, but this was my sister man at the time.
Okay.
He got pulled over for whatever reason. They searched the car and they found no money like they found. And they took the money and let him go. And everybody didn't believe they took the money and let him go. So he had to hurry up and get on a payment plan, man. And for about maybe 3 months, we was kind of hungry. It wasn't that he ain't had no product, but, you know, he had to pay off some hell of a people.
Right.
You know, and, you know, all the time people don't get the privilege to do that. But for whatever his relationship was and whatever Lenny's relationship was with Eddie, he got a little bit of clock time. He made his payment plan work for him.
Right.
You know.
Let the people know who CDL is.
Oh, that's CDL Kincaid. That's actually who we're talking about, World.
Right.
That's his brother, and he got another that I know. I don't know how many family members got. I only know CDL and Timmy.
Okay.
You know, I know Timmy when he was in 4 Block, and that's speaking when we was talking about the Calhoun. See, it's a big city, small world.
Mm-hmm.
Vincent was also in 4 Block at the same time Timmy was.
Okay.
You see, we talking about Jackson Prison now.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's get back down to downtown. You say Eddie Jackson Sr. was holding downtown with Iron Fist. Who was all part of that crew?
I can't tell you who I was part of it again, but I do know, you know, through my end of it, through the Tysons and Roger Ramjet, that's all we knew was EJ. And you know, I say this here, this don't matter. I'm 68 years old, bro, and I ain't had a job for the pandemic, so I kind of been in these streets a lot of years, and I survived a lot of shit, you know, and I'm saying that to say, I ain't saying that to say nothing fancy or anything. I'm saying that to say that, you know, I haven't been out here a long time. I had a long run in these streets. Everybody don't make it to be 68 years old. A lot of people did.
Right.
You know, and again, I don't know one of them said. You see? So, and to the best of my knowledge, the shit that he was handling was still the fat man.
Okay.
You know?
And where Honey Boy was from?
Honey Boy was from the North End area.
And where was his territory at? Was he running the North End?
I won't say he was running the North End, but he was putting work down on the North End. You know, it's hard to say who was running what because we got.
Who ended up?
I was in the
down was beefing over the Brewster projects.
No, here we go. You know, Pony had more interest in the Jeffersons, even though YBI was in the Jefferson too.
Okay.
I forget a dude's name, a big black guy down there. That was part of YBI, and he kind of his business. Nice guy. I can't think his name because again, I wasn't no set guy. I had a lot of hanging,
right.
You know, like that per se. I did what I did. I'm a duck off guy. I don't be in the middle of the drama, the power stuff.
Right.
You know. But yeah, let's go back to Ramjet.
Okay.
Now, Ramjet was an East Side guy, so again, and he migrated and ran to the West Side because, you know, East Side and West Side play a little different.
Meaning?
Now this is my brother. I won't speak ill of the dead, but I think he got a little spoiled up that East Side. You know, taxes was too high. Now, and when you speaking on the East Side, you know, see, and Billy people used to talk all that over good stick up there, and Billy people, the first nigga I ever seen shave his legs and put on the dress and go stick up a trap.
Get out of here.
Yeah, please. Do you ever hear this guy Thaddeus Gordon?
Tell us a little bit about Thaddeus Gordon.
Thaddeus Gordon was a guy that could train dogs to, if you ever seen that Doberman Gang movie,
I saw that.
Train dogs to crawl, to do a whole lot of shit with this hand signal shit where he ain't have to give his dogs no verbal command. But he took 2 pit bulls and robbed this guy named Sonny, made him jump out his own window to get out of there. So them dogs ate him up.
Right.
You know, so Thaddeus Gordon was another one of them renegade soldiers who just like to, instead of hustle for it, he just was a hustler's nightmare.
And so what happened to him? Thaddeus Gordon.
Thaddeus wound up getting killed naturally, like how it go, live out of school, die out of school. You don't make it too long. You get away for a few years, and you know, found in one of them abandoned houses, shot up.
Now, let's go. Go ahead.
You know, on that end, you had it used to be the chain of Cunningham drugstores used to be in Detroit, and you had a few guys that used to be stick-up men. They used to rob Cunningham drugstores. People used to think they was robbing for the money. They used to rob Cunningham drugstores for the Delata pills. The Delata pills was some of the ingredients that used to go inside of the mix jars, so that was a hot item to have.
Okay.
Yeah. I used to see them boys with a whole lot of money from them pills way back before pills was popular. Because that's what they used to go after, and they had people food. They're not robbing for. Well, the Cunninghams knew. Cunningham ain't even around no more, but Cunninghams knew. Them boys used to come up in there for them lot of pills.
What
the little dollars from the register was just an accessory.
We got Jigga say, what is MC's message to the youngins as far as how the game is today versus yesterday and loyalty?
Well, now it was. I hate to hurt some folks' feelings, but that's a damn good question, and I'm gonna give you my vision and my truth. Today there is too much loyalty left, and most of these young guys have inherited bits and pieces of the game, like clothes and shit from relatives. There's nothing they created on their own, the majority of it. You see, and when we had unity, you know how we used that cliche about it take a village to raise a child. Well, that's what we did with each other. We were our own village. See, if I eat, you eat. See, if you eat, the next guy eats. Anybody that wanted to be affiliated with this that had any type of loyalty to anything besides the police, to each other, then you can eat. Now it's too much enviousness go around. You know, we are our own worst enemy, man, when it comes to getting this street money. You know, we hate, we put the alphabet boys on each other. I'm gonna give you a quick story. 1992, I was locked up with a gentleman named Ronnie Mack. We were sitting down in the bullpen talking in county jail, and I was like, "Damn, Ronnie Mack, man, Ronnie, I'm sorry, man. I heard about your situation, blah blah blah." And he was like, "Yeah, LC, let me tell you what's going on." He said, "Now it's a new era time. Now we out there." I said, "What you mean it's a new era time? We out?" He said, "It's a shit called get out first." I said, "Get out first. I know about how to hit a motherfucker in the face first before he hit me." He said, "That ain't what I'm talking about." He said, "Get out first." Now I mean, who tell first get the best deal. I never heard no shit like this in my life. And I see what he told me then is real profound and prevalent today. These guys tell on themselves, and everybody you say no snitching, stop snitching or whatever. Well, then every time you say that, go shoot yourself in the go look in the mirror and shoot yourself in the face. So that's what y'all do on the internet. And when I say y'all know who you are. So don't get mad at the truth.
Right.
You tell, not only do you tell on yourself, when you get through telling on yourself, then you tell somebody else's business that you ain't got no business speaking on. First of all, for the gentleman that asked that question, business is to be spoke on amongst the people who are doing business. If you understand what I'm saying. Outside of that, you ain't to be spoken on.
Right.
You see? And that is really, that's just a small dose. I need to write a book, but that's just a small dose, bro. And the rules have changed. No. I apologize. The rules never change. The players do.
Right. The rules are the rules. You feel
The
me?
rules are they never change. The players do, and they try to modify shit along the way, and they wonder why their demise comes so quick, or their separation from their loved one, meaning penitentiary. One or the other come real fast.
Right. Now,
Mhm.
I read the comments and they was elaborating on what you were saying about you had both sacks. You had a sack from Pony Down, and you was moving the sack
Yeah,
for
when I first
YBI.
started off, yes, that's the truth. We came home from was a joint called Dehoko.
Mm-hmm.
Friend of mine, Terry Burke, put me on, and when he put me on, YBI organization had a thing for when the sun go down, you just shut down.
They wanted to know, did you have a good affiliation with YBI? What was your affiliation with YBI that you was able to get off with that without getting a pumpkin head or anything?
You had a good affiliation with YBI did and YBI not. For the ones that I associate with or bump into, I have nothing but good things for these people. One of the people that I really got, the people don't know, man, this is a hell of a guy. He went through a hell of a transition in his life. It's Kirk McGurk, man. I got the utmost respect for that man. Do you know how old this man was when he went started that bit?
How old
How
was
much
Kurt?
of his life,
I heard
how much of his life he gave to what we call the streets, man.
That's right. Salute to
Sometimes
Kurt
you take
McGurk.
street tax, and Kurt is a stand-up guy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you do all what you do with Kurt, when you get through with it,